Hi everybody, Aaron. This is Dan Francis, aka Mr. Go-To Man, and welcome back to another episode of I Can't Stand. And what is it today that we can't stand? You know what we can't stand? We can't stand when people uses the eraser brush, the eraser tool, or what have you, or white paintbrush or black paintbrush or whatever, so to erase away background images for the subject that they need. That's destructive. I mean, what happened if you end up needing to use that image again for something else? What you have to do? Go back into the stock photography and pay for it again, or go into start searching all over the place for the actual original image that have to be now re-cleaned and all the retouching and stuff that needs to be done to it. No, let's not even go that route. Let's do something a little bit more constructive versus deconstructive. So what I did was we're in Photoshop right now, and I already decided to open up an image. And this is a random image I took off the internet, so I don't remember exactly where I took it, and I'm not trying to get in trouble with it. So, it's not my image. I'm going to say that very quickly. Now, I see it's a little pixelated, but we're not going to worry about that. What I plan to do is something very quick and easy. I'm not even going to go into a whole lot of detail on it, because once you use this tool, it'll save your life. It'll change the way you look at things. So what I'm going to do is go to the path tool. If you notice, I hold the pen tool, and if you notice, I hold the pointer over the tools, and it'll show me the name of the tools. But this is the tool I'm looking for, the pen tool, and I click on it like so. So what I'm gonna do is, whenever you're silhouetting, and that's what we're doing. Some people call it, give me a silo, whatever. So, but the key word is silhouette. And what it is that we're making an outline of the image around the image, kind of like the reverse coloring book. Instead of coloring within the lines, you're going to create an outline of the colors inside the lines. Okay, that analogy was kind of weird, but regardless, here's what we're going to do. I'm zooming in a bit. You see, we get a bit pixelated. And the key objective here is to be able to take this tool. If you notice, it's kind of intuitive per se. You gotta get the hang of it. But like I said, I'm not gonna go that deep into detail. I'm gonna just kind of go around very quickly, because I kind of want these tutorials to be as quick as possible, that somebody can just look and say, "Oh, I understand," very quickly, versus 3 hours of, and this is the tool and this is what it does, and so on and so forth. And as you can see, I'm basically just going around, and as I'm going, I'm dragging. I'm not going to worry about the details on the actual hair and stuff. That's for a later episode. But basically, I'm going through, and I'm just clicking and dragging. And what happened is, every point that you put down is a hard point, but when you drag it, it's called Bezier curves, and it lets you pull and curve into to fit around the shape that you need. And as you can see, I'm very quickly doing this. There you go, part. I'm going to use the Option key, and you notice it turns to that Bezier tool that I was just mentioning. And it lets me straighten out those little corners. And as you see, click and drag and click, whichever way you want to put it. Rice and peas, beans and rice, whatever. Tomato, potato. And I'm not even going to go that deep into the fingers here. Like I said, this is going to be quick. I know my last video was about 12 minutes, and I promised myself I would only do about 5 minutes per, unless, you decide that you need a little bit more details. You can always send me comments, and I will be more than glad to go into a little bit more detail with you. So far, you see how quickly we're doing this. I mean, the good thing is you can always go back in and finagle, straighten out your paths, which is what we're creating. We're creating a path, silhouette, but we're creating a path that'll become the silhouette. And don't worry about it in the beginning. If you never did this before, yeah, it's You know, it took me a moment to understand it also. There was somebody I used to work with, and I used to watch her just speed through this. And I know that I knew everything about Photoshop, and she just showed me, you know, through her technique, how she does things on a faster rate of speed. And then I kind of looked at that technique and found a way to get around to make it even that much more faster. But you know what? Uh, in the world of design, art and design, desktop publishing, speed is a key thing. Um, the quicker you get things done, the better that you can move on to other projects. The bad thing is it creates instant gratification, meaning that let me go back here. I'm clicking on the option key, just to kind of straighten that out. I'm clicking on a node on that node there. Now I use the command key so I can get a pointer to, so I can just move that individual node. Um, so, like I said, I'm just kind of doing this very quickly. But back to instant gratification, the problem is with the advent of computer software, higher speed processors, so on and so forth. Unfortunately, it get people who aren't familiar with design thinking that, oh, it's ready, it's done, you know, I can get my kid to do it or what have you, and it's not like that. So on one note, you know, technology is great. On the next note, it's just kind of a little screwed up that some people are kind of pigeonholed into thinking that what they see as a proof, well, what is a proof to me and you and to anybody else who's looking at it prior to being the final project is not actually, you know, they're thinking that it's ready to go. We know better. You know, when it's printed and you see all the flaws and mistakes, the first thing that they're going to want to do is blame the artist, the person who worked on it, the design team, production, the A&R. That's not the case. Let's give fine design as well as we can in the time that we can in a most expedient way. And as you can see, I'm just about here clicking the last path. And there, we are done. As you can see, what I'll do is, here's my path palette right here. If I click off of it, you might see that, you zoom in. As I click off, you don't see anything, but if I click on, see that there's a line going around it.